What you call your intuition is just your future self whispering directions back through time. This was a quote in a challenge that Ashley at the Reckoning Co. gave. And I'm going to use my Enchanted Map Oracle. But what you call your intuition is just your future self whispering directions back through time. And I just keep hearing that it's proof that the blueprint within has a voice. And I want to say that it's something that you follow, you don't force. And that the path is already paved. And it reveals itself through each step you're willing to take, even when you cannot see. Because your intuition or your knowing is your compass. And that leads to the realization, after you've gone through so many levels, where you fully realize that you are the dreamer living inside the dream. But with that intuition and that knowing, it's like the breadcrumbs that we leave ourselves. It's in the whispers. But when we listen to the whispers, that's when it materializes outside of us as signs, as synchronicities, as messengers, as physical confirmations. Because for me, I don't see them as necessarily as signs. I do see them as physical confirmations. Because I am someone who understands that our outer world reflects our inner world. And that once it manifests outside of us and it becomes clear or obvious, it is showing us the reflection of who we are. But often when we look through that distorted lens or that egoic lens, right, we see through the lens of separation. But when we listen to the whispers of our intuition, it's our true compass and our true guide. Okay. We're going to pull off the top of the deck. We have the Wizard of Awareness, your future self, your higher self, which eventually leads you back to recognizing that God moves through you and was never separate from you. And it's I said that in the beginning. How did I say that? The proof that the blueprint within has a voice. The consciousness, the awareness, the breath, it's spirit, it's everywhere, and it's in everything. And the whispering of the directions doesn't always come in words. Details, it doesn't always come in words. It is the external confirmations, the synchronicities, the messengers. But it's only when you're paying attention and you are not viewing through separation and you are open to receiving what it is that you say you want. Because most people miss the details. They're so busy scrutinizing over something that they see as separate from them, not realizing that they already unlocked it within them. But it's only when they pay attention to the breadcrumbs that they left that they find the trail or the timeline or the gateway or the door or the activation point to cross over, because it was always within. Creation was finished. The kingdom of heaven was within. Into the unknown. And what is that intuition? It is not just faith in what you cannot see. It is staying rooted in your knowing. It is not needing the proof first before you move. It is listening to the whispers that come through intuition and allow them to be the guide and the compass for your next step, even when you cannot see. Because the path only reveals itself as you step, because the path was never separate from you. So it was not something that you needed a map or some kind of GPS outside of you to follow. This is your movement. It's your 5. It is your movement card. And if this doesn't sum this up, Ashley, you did it again. Your intuition is your compass, because your intuition is your knowing. It is your consciousness. It is the way that you have always had a connection, a divine connection, a divine source connection. Your knowing, your higher self, and the way that you move shows you how God has moved through you always, if you are willing to stop looking through the lens of separation. And I'm just going to leave this one there. It's the Field of Dreams card. It is the Field of Dreams card. I'm not even going to say anything about that one. The dreamer living the dream. Love you guys.